You want to talk about the Tulsa thing?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Let me pull up some stuff because actually, like, I don't know the whole gist of the story. I do know the story.
Yeah.
The official story, I'll say.
Yeah, I was just reading about it before we went on live.
It was a black gunman.
Okay, so he was black. Now that part I didn't read, but they said that he walked up into a medical center in Tulsa.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a full-fledged hospital, but at least they're calling it a medical center, and he just basically opened fire. Said he had a large assault rifle, I think, and a handgun. 4 people were killed, and a few others were injured.
Like I said,
and then I guess he killed himself, I think.
Yeah, I think that mug was crazy.
Yeah, it had to be.
Nah, you look at the picture.
I didn't see the picture. I just saw the story. So if you find it, let me know because I want to see what this food look like.
That mug was crazy.
Anybody who willing to do something like that, man, you got to be crazy. I mean, especially if you black, you know what I mean? Because we didn't used to get down like that.
Don't. You know but I mean, again, you look at this. If you look at the guy, like when they had him on the camera, you look at his eyes, like he don't look all there.
Yeah,
like he look like he's in the to me, it almost like he was almost in a trance. I'm not saying, like I said, I don't know.
Hey, you might be right. Shit, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? But that's what he looked like.
But I mean, me and Howie were talking about how, it's possible, some of these are just like what they call sleeper cells. You know what I mean?
And the thing of it is, the guy, what I think the doctor he actually worked on his back.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, my back was sore.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's still sore. It's like, well, it's going to take, when you do back surgery,
right?
Yeah, it ain't going to be like instant. It takes a minute.
Yeah.
For it to, come back. And, so he was mad about that, complaining about that. So, like, why would you kill your doctor?
Exactly.
Over that.
Over something like that.
Yeah, this is the gentleman that passed.
Is that the doctor?
Yeah, that's the doctor.
Dang.
And there were four other people. Let me see. I can't. Sorry.
Yeah, it looked like they're showing the names, but not the picture.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's one.
It's loading slow.
Yeah. And she was
Dr. Stephanie Husson. What's the next one's name?
William Love.
William Love.
And she was young.
Dang. Amanda Glenn.
Yeah.
So those are some of the victims of what happened. You know what I mean? In Tulsa, it's really sad that we got all these mass shootings happening, man. So I really, this is not the time for us to cower down either. You know what I mean? This is the time for us to step up and get ready because shit is getting crazy out here. It really is, man. And we shouldn't have to live wondering where's the next one's going to happen, but we got to be ready. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing of it is just one thing I can say. Well, yeah, my workplace.
Yeah,
ain't but 3 people.
Oh, okay.
So ain't gonna be no man. And my man's be practicing. Ain't gonna be no mass shooting up in that motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
There will not be any mass shooting.
Luckily, I work from home, but my job is at a call center. But luckily, I'm at work at home.
Yeah.
But places like that, are prime targets because there's always hundreds of people in one building at one time.
And then all you gotta do, I better not say that shit.
Yeah, we don't even want to fathom that.
Say that shit, but
it's especially if you're a disgruntled employee. What DL said, I'm fired. I'll be right back.
Speaking of DL, you want to just go ahead and go into that segue? Perfect segue.
Yeah, perfect segue. So our condolences to the victims of Tulsa.
Yeah.
But we were gonna just talk a little bit about DL Hughley and Monique's ongoing feud, which seems to be more on Monique's side than DL's, but still. Basically, the whole thing started where they were doing a show together, and there was some confusion as to which one of them was supposed to be the headliner. In comedy, that's a really big thing. Whoever's the headliner, makes you feel like, okay, you got to wrap the whole thing up with a nice bow. you know, in the hierarchy, you might be kind of up here, and not that you're better than other people, but you know, you're the one who more people came to see sometimes. So Monique was saying that she was supposed to be the headliner, so DL would go and then she would go behind him, and then DL was like, no, that's not how it's supposed to happen. From what I'm showing, I'm the headliner, and you're going before me. So they were, you know, Monique went on stage during the actual show and went on a rant, cursing DL out and calling him out and saying that he was a bitch ass nigga, you know, like Kurt Franklin. Bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga. So she called him all types of bitch asses and this and that, and saying that he was acting like a bitch because he didn't want to let her wrap up the show. So he ended up being the headliner because when they got to the venue, the paperwork and the posters and all that did have her and then him last. Yeah. So she kind of let it go, but she still went on a rant and talked shit about him.
And that's the thing. He said, like, that was the same. The people say, like, well, there was no, you know, like, the joke wasn't even funny.
Right.
Like, you're not even joking.
Yeah.
Like, why you because have a comedy show, not no, but you know what I'm saying? But that, a lot of people are saying, you know, it's kind of funny to say, yeah, she tried to be like Dave Chappelle, but it's like,
right,
nah.
Yeah, it didn't even work out, you know. And I mean, you know, DL basically, you know, went and he did a segment of his podcast radio show, and he talked about her, you know, and he was just basically like, now I see what people like Oprah Winfrey had a problem with. You know, now I see what Tyler Perry had a problem with. Now I see what Lee Daniels had a problem with. You're just a problem child, and, you know, you bring problems on yourself. And so, you know, and then that caused her to respond. Her and her husband went live. I mean, in quotes, and, you know, they are married.
Oh,
and I mean,
shady.
Shout out to them. You know, they got a good relationship. You know, they seem to be really compatible. I ain't hating on their relationship.
Yeah.
But they both went live, and they pretty much talked about DL and that. Basically, what she did was she was like, okay, so now I'm going to tell y'all the real story about why I went off on DLs, which, you know, kind of threw me off because I was like, okay, you know, first you were saying it was because of the whole who's going first and last and all that. But then she went on her live and said, over the years, DL has trashed her off and on in different interviews. She mentioned specifically Vlad. She was like, yeah, what's the white cat's name? And her husband was like, yeah, Vlad. And she was like, yeah, he went on Vlad and talked all shit about me, and he was doing it. So she mentioned that over the years several times that DL has done that to her. Now, I don't remember any of that. So I'm going to do some research and see what I can find out, but I don't remember him ever trashing her like that. And so another thing that I thought was a little disparaging, she kind of, you know, when she did her first rant, when she was on stage, she called him out, but she also called out people like Steve Harvey.
Oh, yeah.
Called him a coon. She talked about DL's wife and said something disrespectful to me. And then when she tried to clear it up, she said, oh, no, I wasn't being disrespectful. That was how it is. She said, but what her comment was, I can't believe you got to S the D of a coward. If y'all know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Dang,
I can't, right. I can't believe you got to suck the of a coward, you know. And so when DL, you know, said something about her, you know, and people started lashing out at her about that, she came back and said, well, no, that wasn't disrespectful. I don't consider that disrespectful.
That's kind of disrespectful.
Right. I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, the wife, the wife is just, you know what I'm saying? That's the wife.
And they don't even stop there. But anyway, so she was like, yeah, she tried to straighten it up saying, oh, well, I don't consider that disrespectful. I was just saying she shouldn't have to perform a sexual act on a coward. I mean, that's
still ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's the woman.
Right.
That's the man. That woman married that man. And
right.
if coward or not, that's the man she want to give.
Yeah. I mean, it would have, and not that I'm saying it would be better, but you could have said something like, I can't believe she married to a man like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? To say, I can't believe she's sucking his dick and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
you know, it's
that
just like, why would you say that? You know what I mean?
that's making it work.
Uncalled for. So, you know, and so that's, and then within the past 24 to 48 hours, she did one more response because, you know, so many people were dragging her over the thing. So now she put up a post about his daughter, DL's daughter.
Oh, no.
Which, you know, it was really, to me, over the line. So this is what she did. She posted a video of DL Hughley talking about Bill Cosby and how he's violated women. But then at the end of his video, he's talking about his daughter. And he said, I have to admit, something happened with my daughter. She got violated, and I messed up, and I didn't confront the person that did it because he was such a close friend.
Mm-hmm.
I let it slide, and I shouldn't have. So Monique posted that video saying, you know, why would you, you know, this is the kind of like trying to point out his character. See how he let his daughter get violated or disrespected.
Yeah,
this is the kind of man. You see what I'm saying?
But that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's so.
You know, because I mean, especially with that situation, especially that friend had ties to like Hollywood or we're making a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, you know. I mean, I'm not. It's still wrong.
Right.
It's still wrong. But at the same time, like, when you got people like that, you know what I'm saying? And they're doing those things, yeah, they can easily say, yeah, if you say something about that, your career's over.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not being cowardly. That man's got a family.
Yeah. And so, you know, DL, this is something that happened in the past, and DL has already apologized, and he's made amends with his daughter. But Monique was basically saying, I brought it up to show you his character, to show you his... And so people are like, yeah, but you reopening wounds for this daughter.
Yeah.
This is old news, and now, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
if this girl came up, if his daughter came up to him and said, Dad, one of your close friends just stabbed me in the arm, what you gonna do about it? And he didn't do nothing, wrongly so. And then later on apologized, and now she's starting to slowly heal from it. Then Monique comes up and says, hey, remember this little wound on your arm?
Remember when you got stabbed, bitch?
You got stabbed? You know what I mean? That's what you're doing. And she really tried to justify it. She was like, oh, yeah, well, I can't, you know, re-traumatize that girl. She's already traumatized.
No, but
she's in the healing process.
Yeah, she was healing. She probably getting past it. Now you can open it back up again.
Right.
Yes, I think she, at this point, is obviously she reaching.
Yeah, she is, man.
And don't get me wrong. Well, I will say it like this, because I think sometimes I give her a benefit of the doubt. I think sometimes she is right.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes the way she goes about it is wrong.
Right.
I'm not saying that, and these people like DL Hughley and Steve, they're not saints neither. I mean, we're just gonna get that. On the real, DL Hughley has stole a lot of jokes. He stole a lot of with Robin Harris, and he stole a lot of his styles from Robin Harris.
Yeah,
him heckling the crowd, he got that from Robin Harris.
Yeah,
said,
that's true.
Yo, test tube, baby.
Right.
Yeah, better not come in the crowd.
So Robin Harris was the king of that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Still
Robin
miss
Harris.
him to this day.
Man, Robin Harris was a monster, yo. So yeah, him. Like a lot of his stuff, you know, he took. I mean, and again, you know, I'm not gonna say DL is like my top comedian. I would never say that.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think over the years he's kind of crafted, you know, his own style a little bit. But you know, earlier on, he took a lot of jokes.
And he does good with mastering his own lane. He knows this is what works for me. Heckling the audience and talking about black people versus white people, blah blah blah. Because he does a lot of that, which is always funny because he knows how to do a good contrast there.
Yeah.
But so I give him props for that.
Yeah, but I mean, on top, but for Monique to do that and be that an ass, I think I guess she's still trying to live them precious moments and shit.
Right.
I mean, but my thing of it is like you can't, the people you attacking, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, like them people are you know, they high up there, like Steve Harvey and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to necessarily say like they gatekeepers or anything like that.
Right.
But they in positions where like you can't just come at them by yourself attacking like that. Yeah. There's got to be other calculated ways to do it. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's about etiquette, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. It's like, you know, there's a certain way you approach things so that, you know, you don't always step on toes. Because that seems to be what her thing is. She always winds up stepping on toes some kind of way. Yeah. So it's just like, dang, man, what, you know, and I know she feels like, you know, I'm just being real. But, you know, it's not that you shouldn't be real. You should be real. It's always just about how you are doing it. So, like, if you want to have an issue with Steve Harvey, pull him to the side somewhere and say, hey, you know, here's my issue with you. Yeah. Let's hash it out. We ain't got to go to social media. Nobody even got to know we got an issue. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, now Steve Harvey did respond once he heard that she mentioned him. But he said, you know, he ain't worried about it. You know, he basically didn't say too much. He was just like, well, I mean, you know, I'm solidified. I'm good. I ain't got to, you know.
Well, the thing about Steve Harvey, I will give him this. He may not. You know, is he like the greatest for black people? I'm not gonna say that. Right. But I will say this: he did invite her to his show when he had, you know, daytime. He did invite her to his show to talk it and hash it out. Right. And yeah, I mean, now it wasn't. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it wasn't. Now it wasn't met. It wasn't met great. I think when she got out there, she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this." You know, it was just, you know, I think she was saying like, "Yeah, I'm gonna cut his nuts." I forgot what she said. Yeah, but it was definitely like some vulgar stuff, and I mean, but the way you handle it, and then you know, and Steve was just like, "Look, I'm not gonna risk it all with my family just to take no stand and things like that. I'm just not gonna do that." I mean, part of you, I get it. You know what I'm saying? She wants to take the stand and go against the system. That's cool. But if you're already in the system and the system paying you, I can't blame Steve for saying, look, nah, I got a family. This is what going to sustain me. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I understand why he would, you know, no, I'm not going to do that. So it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I mean, you know, and I just wanted to give y'all some context on what's been going on, you know, because it's been going on all week. And, you know, I was hoping that it would die down by now. But, you know, Monique just keeps trying to do more. It's like she's just doing too much. While, you know, the issue really should be going back to the promoter who set the shit up, who behind the scenes is still sitting back smoking a cigar somewhere. Yeah, it's almost right. And y'all two are like puppets just fucking fighting each other.
Let them niggas fight.
Right. You know, exactly. I mean, and that, because I mean, no promoter has come out and said, let me straighten it out. Here's what happened. I made a mistake. I did this, or I should have done that, or I made promises to both of them. Because when they first happened, they both produced paperwork. Mm-hmm. So DL came out and produced paperwork showing that he had a deal memo showing that he was the headliner. Monique came out the next day, produced a contract saying she was the headliner. Now, DL's paperwork was not an official contract. It was what they call a deal memo, which means that this is how we expect things to go. We haven't gotten to our final written contract, but this is the order of events, and this is how things are going to go. So that's what he was told. And but what Monique produced was an actual official contract. Now, the contract that she produced, though, it wasn't a contract from the people who were doing the show. It was a contract that she drew up with her people. Mm. But what made hers a little more valid was the people had signed off on it, agreeing that she would be the headliner. So, you know, basically, like I'm saying, they played both of y'all, and they still have not owned up to the shit. Yeah. And y'all still, you know, Monique is still picking at, poking the bear, you know, and DL is still defending himself when he shouldn't be. We should not see all this type of black drama in the news. You know what I mean? This should not be a big subject.
But should we, though?
What do you mean?
Well, think about it, man. All this other shit going on in the world. What better? Hey, throw this distraction out there so people can just, pay attention to that. So we be over here fucking everybody else now. So, hey, I
I get that. A distraction is a distraction because that Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. That's a big distraction for all that shit for that Johnny Epstein shit and all that stuff. Johnny Epstein. Did I say Johnny Epstein? Damn.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Johnny, Jeffrey, they all started.
Yeah, some Johnnies in there.
They all like to me, you know what I'm saying? Johnny and Jeffrey. Yeah. But, my horrible Italian mobster impression.
But yeah, I mean, it's not that it don't happen with white folks, but it's always more so us with the drama in the news. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You rarely see a Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation in the news.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that was pure comedy for everybody, but still, I would love to see more on their side than ours. So not that they should be more, but I'm saying even it out. Don't always show our.
No, they should be more. They're the majority. Right. Let them be more. Shit.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. They more.
But that's what it is, man. And I mean, and I was paying attention to that trial as well. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. Did you hear about how it came down, the verdict?
I know that they sided with them, but like I said, I didn't really pay attention to it.
Yeah, they both won. Actually, they both won, but it's just that the amount of money they offered her was here, and the amount of money they offered him was here. So by the time he paid her, he still got a good chunk of money. You know what I mean? He still won. Yeah, because he won. I don't know the amount, but he won like let's say $10 million, and she won like $2 million. You know what I mean? So. Either way, he won.
Ain't $2 million for sitting in the bed.
Right.
Shit, sign me up.
I don't see how she won anything, to tell you the truth. I feel like they just felt bad for her because she kept playing the victim the whole trial.
Well, the thing over there, too, like they were saying that the only person that really showed up for her, she didn't have no friends, no family. It was just her sister. And that was it.
Yeah.
On her
side. I don't doubt it. I mean, because most people can tell that she was lying. I mean, all through the trial, she was lying, and she kept getting called out on it. You know what I mean?
Sniffing coke.
Right.
Allegedly.
I'm telling you, man. I keep telling people she took that bump. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. She took that bump in that courtroom.
If y'all don't,
everybody I know, like, no, she didn't. She was just rubbing her nose. Nah, I know cokeheads. I'm telling you, that was a bump.
If you can't tell me white privilege ain't real.
Right.
No niggas would agree to that shit.
If R. Kelly was in that courtroom, they'd be like, oh yeah, that nigga was sniffing coke.
Yeah, I know. If he had to clean up something. Right. He done bumped.
Exactly. Even if you couldn't tell for sure, they would still say that nigga did it.
Yeah, that was bump.
But
I ain't got nothing in my system.
Right.
He did it.
But yeah, I mean, and I really, I don't want to change the subject too much off of D.L. Hughley thing.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that Johnny Depp did win because so many women tried to do that to men. Not that he was a perfect guy, because I'm sure he had probably some anger issues, but it was way more going on her side than his.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You hitting him and doing all this stuff, and we're not allowed to say, yeah, exactly. And men are not allowed to say, I've been assaulted. That you say something like that, like I've been assaulted, you're basically a bitch ass.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like, yeah, there's no better shelter for men.
Right. Yeah,
other than the bar.
No programs, no programs or nothing.
No.
It's always
just shake it off.
Right. And I mean, in this day and age where everybody wants to say we all need to be on equal levels, which nothing wrong with that. Let's do it. If you're going to do that, then have some welfare programs for the men.
Facts, you know what I mean? Because that's the thing too. Like it's like one post I remember years ago. And, since it's being Pride Month, I'm going to go ahead and share this. So, I think it was one year where someone had a snowstorm. I said, I ain't seen one, can I say butch? Is that derogatory?
I probably. Let's say stud.
That sounds just derogatory.
Hey, they use it all the time.
Well, this shit, I ain't seen one stud shovel, no snow,
right?
Nothing. That's it. But y'all want to holler about, we men, or we want to do like I ain't seen nobody, no stud shovel, no show, nothing.
Yeah,
men do that.
Yeah, and I mean, and we, and as men, for the most part, we don't have problems with that stuff.
No,
we don't complain when y'all say this is something that men should be doing. We like, okay, cool, whatever. But we're not allowed to say, well, this is something that women should be doing. You know what I mean?
Make me a sandwich, bitch.
No,
okay, that's fucked
that's
up.
Too far.
Nah, I'm just fine. Yeah, look, them jokes. Them jokes don't come.
Scream by the
don't come over here and try to
sucked.
Don't be fucking me.
But I mean, we all joking or whatever. But still, you know what I mean. I'm just kind of glad that, because I think that this trial will kind of let society know a little bit more that men get mistreated a lot. And we have to just sit there and take that shit.
I mean, shoot, man. People like Oprah and them court shows have been done a disservice. I'm not saying that we're angels. God, no, I'm not saying that. I mean, as a man,
I'm angry.
As a man, as a man, I can say that we do some of the low down shit as men, especially when it comes to other women because of sex and things. As a man, I can say that. Now, I will say this, but see, the thing about men, though, I think we're more so, I guess, in the open with it. Mm-hmm. And what I mean is, like, we just, you know what I'm saying? We kind of like, all right, yeah, but like, see, women, they do these mind games. They know how to manipulate, and they cry when they need to. Like, men can't do that shit. Cause
Amber Heard did a lot of that.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, yeah.
She did a lot of that during that trial. Cause I kept up with it, and I was watching day after day because it was interesting to me. I was like, I want to see how this shit turns out. It was like the soap operas or some shit.
Yes.
And what was funny? After the court trial was over, they had done the verdict and everybody's leaving the courtroom. She was still trying to play the victim. This is what she was doing. Like, everybody's walking out. So he's trying to walk down the aisle. She's trying. So I guess they were getting kind of close to, walking close to each other. And here she go flinching, just, acting like she's so scared and shit. It's like, this nigga is not going to touch you.
Not in court.
Right. I mean,
not in court.
That was her way of trying to nail the coffin in the, like, look, I'm still scared of him. Just in the same room as him, he makes me nervous. I'm like, sit your dumb ass down.
You're afraid of Captain Jack Sparrow, are you?
Right.
I've never seen none of those movies. I'm sorry.
I saw the first two of them, and they were actually good. It was just that they kept making so many sequels after a while. I was like, I'm tired. Yeah. But they were actually pretty good. I saw the first two, and then I just kind of stopped after that. So certain movies for me, after two, I'm just like, I'm done. Some movies I'm like, okay, I can take a third, But some movies I'm just like, nope, it should stop right here. And if y'all keep going, I'm just gonna walk away.
Dang, like the Fast and Furious.
Right. It's like, let it go,
6 million of them joints.
After that third one, I was like, I'm done. And it was like, they just felt like if we bring in people like, Vin Diesel and The Rock and all of that, we'll save the franchise. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but we don't need it. We got enough. Why are we doing? They doing the 10th one now.
Yeah, the first one, shit. You talk about the third, nigga. I done with the first one. Like, oh, okay. All right. No, man, it wasn't that it wasn't a bad movie. Yeah. I just, it was like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I didn't expect it being a spinoff like the way it was.
I didn't either. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little skeptical when the second one came out because, old boy died from after the first one.
Who?
Paul Walker.
I thought he died in the 8th one.
No, he died early. He died in the first one, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, well, it might have been the second one.
Nah, I think it was like the 8th.
Nah, he wasn't that long. I promise you, it wasn't that far down. It was either first or second. It may not have been the first, but I'm pretty sure it was the second at the most. Look it up. But after he died, I just felt like there's no point, trying to keep the story going But you know, they still knew people liked it, so they just kept making more sequels. And then once they started bringing in Ludacris and what's the name? What's the dude name? Tyrese. Once they brought him in and all that, I was just like, all right, I'm done. I think that was the third one, Tokyo Drift.
Let me see.
But yeah, see when it said he passed. It was either during the movie or right after the movie. I want to say it might have been during, whichever one it was. But I'm almost sure it was. If it wasn't the second one, it was the first one.
I'm trying to see when the movie was. It's just saying he died, but
yeah,
it's not saying. Hold on 1 second. Let me see.
And y'all, while he looking that up, don't forget, hit all the buttons. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Okay, maybe
share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
You're right, yeah, because it was in 2013. Mm-hmm. The 8th one was in 2017. So so it was.
Yeah, it was a lot earlier. I don't think he made it to the third one. I'm almost sure of that. It was either the first or second one. Matter of fact, if you look up the movies, they'll tell you if he was in the cast. Like if you look up the third one, they'll tell you if he was in the cast. Fast and Furious 3. I don't think he was in that one.
Okay, let me see here. What movie Paul Walker in? Maybe we could do it like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, he was a good actor. You know what I mean? I hate that he passed away, man. He was a good dude.
He was in the Fast Five. Yeah, Fast Five. And let's see, hours. Oh, yeah. Let me see filmography. Let's do the filmography real quick.
Yeah.
I apologize, folks.
No, you good. You good.
Silence.
This is gonna rack my brain for the rest of the day, so I need to know.
Okay, so he died. So I'm assuming all these other movies. So he was in Furious 7. Okay, so he didn't make 8. So that's what kind of threw me off. He was in 7, but he wasn't in 8. But he did.
Sound right to me. I could have swore he died around 2.
Because 2 was let's see, Fast and Furious. Fast 5 was the second one. Mm-hmm. And then well, I guess it was the second.
No, Fast 5 was the 5th one. That's why it's called
Fast 5. Where the hell is the other one?
So.
Oh, yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, that's the second one. Does it show him in that picture? Pull that picture back up.
Yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Okay, so he was in that one. So that's him right there.
That's the first one. See that?
The third one was Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift. Nuts. See that Fast and Furious? Is that like a reboot?
No, I think that's the original one. The original one was just called Fast and Furious.
Well, the Fast and Furious was in 2001.
What year did that other one say it was?
That was 2009.
Oh wow, maybe they did do
some
sort of reboot.
And then Fast 5, and then that was the 5th joint, and then Fast and Furious 6. So okay. I think he probably died. I think he died during that, and then 7. Yeah, because I was thinking like I know he.
That's so weird, man. I guess my mind is remembering him dying a lot earlier, so I don't know. That's weird. Because I remember him dying super early on, because I was like, you know, I don't even want to watch no more. But you might be right. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. Yeah. But either way, you know what I mean. It's just, you know, one of those things. I think they should have just stopped making them a long time ago. The movies.
And what I'm tired of damn remakes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come up with some original shit.
We need some original shit. You know what I mean?
Shit, son.
They ain't got to keep making remakes of every fucking thing. They ain't got no new ideas under the sun.
Well, I mean, the independent people do. I would give that, like, some of the independents and, like, the Netflix and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, but like Hollywood, yeah, I think they done.
What's the name? Got a new joint coming out, which I think he does a lot of unique new stuff. Jordan Peele.
Okay.
He has a new psycho thriller coming out. I can't remember the name of it. I'm trying to remember now, but it's about some people who a black couple is married. Same one that was in Get Out, the little black kid. He's in this, and Keke Palmer plays his wife.
Okay.
And I guess she's inherited like maybe a horse farm because her her descendants, like parents, grandparents, all of them ran this horse farm, and so she's trying to get her husband, you know, the dude from Get Out. I'm sorry, I apologize. I know his name, but I keep forgetting. But she's trying to get him basically in it because he's really like not into it. You know, he's like a city guy probably.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, I ain't trying to be all in this.
And them horses.
Yeah, but I guess they moved to maybe the farm, and some weird stuff starts happening. You know what I mean? Scary people start showing up and shit like that. Kind of like Us and all that.
I need to see that.
Yeah, Us was very good.
Yeah, a lot of people said it was kind of, you know, it wasn't, but I still need to see it because they say there's a lot of stuff to that.
I liked Us. To me, Get Out wasn't that great. It was all right. It wasn't all that. To me, a lot of people, you know, kind of geeked over it, but for me, it was like,
I thought that was good. I mean, it's been done because, you know, some people said like the Stepford Wives.
Right, that's true. And I mean, it wasn't terrible or anything. I did like it, but I wasn't like when I saw it, I wasn't as excited as other people. Is what I mean. So I was just kind of like, I don't, you know, I see where y'all went with this, but you know, it was cool. It was just cool for me. But I did like Us. I liked the premise of that and how that played out, all the way to the ending. You know, but you get a surprise ending at the end too. So you know, I recommend seeing that. I did see his remake of Candyman. That's the only remake I know that he did. And he did a pretty good job on that. You know,
I ain't seen the first Candyman.
Oh man, the first one, you can't top that. His did not top the original.
I ain't seen nothing.
I don't know who the fuck made that original, but that shit was creepy as hell. It wasn't, and I'm a fan of scary movies, but it was creepy to the point where, you know, the first one you kind of get the creepy crawly skin, like, oh shit. You know, so he got close to, you know, bringing you that, but it wasn't all the way. It wasn't as good. So I'll give him that. He came close.
Yeah.
But, and then he got this new one, like I said, coming out too. So, anyway, I think, you know, that's pretty much all we have for today. You know what I mean? We can go ahead and wrap it up. We didn't want to keep y'all all day.
Too long, because my black ass hungry.
Yeah. So don't forget, we're not having a show next week. You know, I know y'all gonna miss the faces or whatever.
Yeah.
So you know, go ahead and just take a picture now.
Yeah, my ugly face. It's ugly.
You know, they don't miss the ashy hair.
Yeah, ashy.
But yeah, man. So you know, we'll be back the following week after that, and we appreciate y'all checking us out. This has been episode 209. And this is your man, Kurt. And this is
Howie.
Hitman Howie.
Howie Tito.
Yes, sir. And we'll see y'all next week, all right?
Peace. Oh.